Good morning, Namaskaram from Hyderabad. I am Dr. T.P. Shashikumar. The initiated program of Moksha for creating learning spirit and leading the students during the COVID time, if they have some interest in learning, specifically to understand the world around, to get into what is that can be learned by themselves with all the resources available on internet, creating their own spirit of learning with all intuitiveness, all initiative, without any stress, without any tension, without creating much pressure. If they love to learn something by themselves, what can be learned? Like passion. And also understand how to listen to somebody's talk and ask questions. If they have got this ability to ask questions, and if there is somebody else who can answer that, then probably you can learn anything. So the idea is to create a motivational opportunity, creating students by themselves with all the preparations, get into a learning spirit, and a self-learner, how can they present themselves with all the abilities of creativity which they can show. I want to create a platform for my children so that becomes a normal pattern in their daily life from today onwards, by which I wanted to make them to learn how to learn, teach them. I am not teaching, that's why I said learn how to learn. Maybe I will direct them, I will create opportunity, I can ask questions, I can motivate them to ask questions. That's the idea. There was huge response. It was just done for few children who are very close to me, but then I thought I should also circulate to people whom I know, and that is how it got triggered. It is not new to me. I've been into this after my retirement in 2009. I went around the world, and in between, most of the time, I had my own classrooms. One in Hyderabad, which was called the Shiksha Holiday Program, wherein most of the students were BTechs. Most of them are in different parts of the world, working in various good companies. And we had almost a month, a beautiful get together. That was in Hyderabad. That's where I'm staying even today. That was in 2011 to, almost to 10 to 11, I think 1 year. Before that, I had a beautiful opportunity. I was in Palakkad almost for an year or so, where I did an experiment on picking up 8th class children from a normal government school, Malayalam medium, and then gave them the supplementary classes, like now what we are doing through Moksha. That was a physical classroom called 90 of those children, 45 girls and 45 boys. I taught them English language, converted them into English medium. But for my initiative, I'm sure they would have been in Malayalam medium. They would have, most of the parents and teachers said that these children are not good, they may fail, they may drop out after 10th, nothing will happen in their life. Maybe they will pass because government of Kerala in state syllabus, they make everybody to pass, because everybody gets a 10th class minimum certificate, not qualification. Qualification may be 3rd class or 2nd class. They know how to write without a mistake. even in their own mother tongue. Malayalam is something great. That's what happened in education system. Then that is the time I picked up not the best children. I picked up them. The program was called Icon program. Guided through them. To teach them English language, I took them to Goa. We stayed there 3 days. Their interaction was only in English with a lot of people, with a lot of mistakes. But in 3 days, they got a confidence in talking in English. What most of the people lack in communication skill is confidence. I'm sure if that can be given, children will do well. The idea of Moksha is also like that. Give them a confidence. A confidence that if you do mistakes, nothing wrong, but I should not be in dark and thinking that somebody will make fun of me. Don't expose yourself. That's not a good idea. You must be able to expose yourself and then speak and then see, listen to somebody's criticism and then learn. So the idea is to learn. So in Moksha platform, we have children with beautiful communication skill, great ideas, creative people, young to old. It doesn't matter whether you are a BTech or a 8th class, but 8th class children has got great skill. Probably they will communicate much better than a BTech fellow. So don't feel anything bad about this. That's natural, because your ability depends on your environment, also your attitude. So this creativity and communication skill mixed together, you can do wonders. So what I did to my Icon students is what I'm planning back after 10 years through virtual platform. But there it was only 8th grade children. Now I have got children from graduates to 8th grade. I'm sure this is going to be a thrilling experience of learning, not showing what you learned. Probably in classrooms you have a lot of presentations, but wherein you will show what you know. My idea is not that. My idea is to create the interest in learning, create a passion for learning, so that you will present something which is entirely different from probably what you can do in your life or probably what you will do in your life. But that will teach you how to learn few things. And I've seen the first video in the last, the entry video which I put. I had one student who is from Abu Dhabi, and she, Rishika, she was a 7th grade child. The way she put it, it was so natural. She wanted to make a try whether she is eligible to be part of this program. That is the thrill and initiative somebody should have. If you have that initiative, I'm sure you are going to win in life. So it is essential to create your own interest, your own initiative. If you don't have so far, no problem. But this is the time you have to change. Somebody has to change at some point of time. So the idea is to make a difference to you. And then I had a Shiksha holiday program in Hyderabad after Icon. And then I had a similar program which after a few years gap, 2013 to 2016 to 18, almost 5 years I ran, which I'm from an old village from Kerala. I've got a 200-year-old house. What I did was, all these contacts and connections were I had through almost all my lectures, mostly in Gulf. When they wanted to come back to Kerala during their holidays, during July to August, September time, they were all feeling odd because there is no people to talk to, because their cousins who are all learning in Kerala, mostly Kerala, they were going to schools and they felt that they are alone. So I could gather a lot of children who have interest in spending their holidays wisely. So that was in a small village. So I taught them how to live in a village, and the taste of living in a village and interacting with the people. That was a lot of social skill. If you love to see that how I did and what I did, you must search for Jnanam, Jnaanam, like Moksha. Just now we named, that program was called Jnanam. That Jnanam name came because my mother's name is Janaki, father's name is Narayan. So I clubbed it together and then said Janaki Narayan Mentoring. Right? So that is how that program was. It ran nearly 500 to 600 people from nearly 8 to 10 countries came, mostly NRIs, but outside people were also there, and they had a beautiful time. and still there are people who are in contact with me. There are people who came back to the camp for many times, multiple times attended, because I don't do the same thing in every camp. There can be an overlap because the same person, same place, same motive, same objective, same scope. Therefore, there could be something. But I tried doing something new because otherwise it becomes boring for me. So here also, my interest and trial is something entirely different. We will have, during this COVID time, people could not travel from Gulf. That's why I started. But there are few Indian students also who wanted to join with that. So I was so happy to take them along. And there is great interest in children. And that is what we are doing through Moksha. Last year, same time, July, August, I was in America, Columbus, Indiana State, wherein I had nearly 150 children, all of them for Indian. But from Punjab to Kerala to the east, west, north, south corners of India were present. Mostly there were children from Andhra Pradesh, because the volunteers are mostly from Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, and their children were also attending. And we had few volunteers, and he had 150 children. That was run in a church. Fantastic, accepted. The program was called Columbus Shiksha Summer Camp. We had a huge response. People really enjoyed. You know, the people, when they take birth in America and then live, though they are Indians, they don't even know the national anthem. So my task was to teach them national anthem. Most of them don't even understand their basic mother tongue. Forget about writing, even speaking was not there. Then what we did was, in a half-day program, I made them to learn their own mother tongue. It was so simple. And I remember the American paper Tribune came there, and that day I had on the board all the children writing in their mother tongue. I'm not saying that they're experts in their language skill, but they are able to at least write their own names. If I ask them to write their parents' name, place name, that means you use all the alphabets, all the letters, what are commonly used in your life. So it's not very difficult for these children from 8th grade or maybe even lower. But I wanted to make this first trial of making a webinar where people are comfortable in sitting and then working with the computers and logging in and then entering into the online platform. And plus, I wanted them to have that discipline. So probably 8th class children have got little discipline, little initiative of learning themselves. Otherwise, younger children will have to have their parents push. So I don't want the parents to get involved during this time when they have holidays. So there are few children, now 60 of them entered. I'm sure all the 60 will not be highly motivated or understand what I'm saying. When I send a message, they don't even read sometime. I asked them to make a small video clipping. Yesterday's message was that, and send it across to me, so that only one girl understood what I mean by that. By seeing the common message, some people don't even respond. Some people don't even read. That doesn't matter. That is why I took 60, because I know if 50% is active, 30 people are active in presenting and creating a good, creative, learned subject, not what is that they know to present and then show off. No blah blah blah. It's to make others to understand how to learn and get my comments so that they know how to learn further. That is my interest. I'm sure at least 30 of them, if they do excellent, that's good enough. And I asked them to look at my videos and then make a comment. I've seen only few people. It's not comment saying it's good and then showing your hand. That's any lazy people can do. So when I see this, I know they are the laziest fellows. But if they have some questions, probably when we meet through the live, they will ask a lot of questions on what I have presented, because you can ask questions only after listening to somebody. So already you have listened, so you could have some questions. So these are my ideas, and this is what I wanted to do by my children during this virtual workshop called Moksha, which I planned for you, only for you. And understand, all the messages which I'm answering, all the time which I'm spending, is because I have passion for doing it and I enjoy doing it. It is with no other motive. except that I'm enjoying my time. And I'm sure your participation, your collaboration, your more initiative, your good questions, and your success in life, that will be what paying me in my life. I will look forward for your active participation and great opportunity for all of you not to learn from me but to learn from your peer groups, your seniors, your juniors. Look at them how well they do and then create yourself into that attitude. That's good enough. If you have good attitude, I am sure you can perform well because opportunities are plenty in this world. And if you have attitude, you will improve your skill. So this platform is where you can base yourself to improve your skill much better. God bless you. See you across in the next week with all that energy to create a good presentation by you. I will look forward for the volunteers to tell me when you can present from 13th onwards, and accordingly when I get a bunch of people together, I will make a schedule. Probably I'll push you back. So don't give a time, give a window from this time to this time on this date. That will be most best accepted by me. Thank you. God bless you.
Hello, my name is Srilakshmi. I am studying in Government College, Karivattam, Trivandrum. I'm BSc Geography student. I'm opted this subject Geography. It is because it is known as the mother of civil services. So I'm opted Geography as uh, my subject, as my subject. Another reason of opting geography is that I am from a humanities background, political science, economics, history, and all are other subjects what I am studied. And I'm interested to study these three subjects. I'm not that much interested to study geography, so I am opted this subject. So while studying 3 years, surely I love this subject. So I am opted this subject. That's also a reason behind opting this. And the next thing is that my subject geography, it is realistic. It has both the characteristics of social science and science. So it's very interesting. I'm a civil IAS. I'm a civil service aspirant, and from I like to take IAS, and I have many visions in life, and one of my vision is that it is to reform the mass education system. Now, I'm studied in a mass education system. I'm a victim of mass education system. I know the demerits of mass education system. So I need to reform it. I have many justifications, but while I'm reaching this position, I have many justifications. But then also I want to reform it. It's essential to reform the system by hearting, and the education. It is the education without values. I know that education is without value, and my missions is that missions towards life. It's civil service itself. Uh, it's IAS. I need to uh, go to a difficult path. I know that I want to go. I want to go to a difficult path, but I'm choose it as what Robert Frost has said. Uh, Next thing is that about my skills. I'm interested to read books, Malayalam books, mostly Malayalam books. I'm reading, and my weak points is that I'm not interested to read much English books. So I know that I'm poor in English. I like to read English newspapers and all, but I don't have that much vocabulary and I'm not good in English. So I want to improve that. Uh, my good thing is that my good one is that uh, I don't have stage fear and all, and I'm interested to speak uh, in a stage and all. So only in Malayalam, not in English. That's my weak point. And I'm very bad in, not very bad, I'm bad in logical reasoning and all. So I want to change that also. Uh, I'm, I'm recognized, now I'm recognizing myself and what's my weak points and my good ones. I'm recognizing it, and I need to recognize myself a lot, and I want to change myself. Thank you.
This video is created by Naima Sophie, aged 18. My personal vision for the future is to become an economist. Economics has always interested me ever since I was introduced to it in class 6, and it did not take me long to realize that this is what I wanted to pursue in the future. Economists see the bigger picture of society and its behavior. They determine the value of your money, they determine the amount of interest to be charged on your home loan, and the list goes on. But to me, economics is not just about controlling money. It's also a science that can be used to bring about changes and to make the world a better place. When I become an economist, I want to specifically focus on how to eradicate poverty. The work of Esther Duflo and Abhijit Banerjee, who won the Nobel Prize for Economics in 2019 with their work, greatly inspired me. I want to be able to see the streets clear of people who are forced to live there, and I want to be able to make a change in the lives of these people. But I know this is not going to be an easy task. There will have to be lots of surveys, researches, and experiments to be conducted. And at the same time, I'll also have to develop various skills such as critical thinking, speaking, communication skills, hard work, persistence, time management, etc. But I've decided that this is what I want to do in the future, and I'm ready to take on the challenges to achieve this.
To join for Dr. TPS Moksha virtual workshop, this video is created by Kirtika Sridharan, aged 15. My mission of life is to achieve CA by working hard and smart as well, and get good job and salaries. Of course, CA is a job wherein the salaries are paid really great, and with that salaries build a big home for my parents to live in and for me as well. Alongside, start a business and give job opportunities for many. And I would mainly like to start in India, wherein where there are lots of graduates but the job opportunities are really less, and maybe develop that business into a multinational corporation if God wills. And the skill needed to achieve this particular goal is time management. Thank you.
For joining Dr. TPS Moksha virtual workshop, this video is created by Mehra, age 14. Create the highest and grandest possible vision for your life, because you become what you believe. Quoted by Oprah Winfrey. Being a 14-year-old, I've gone through different phases in my life where I had to face stress, sorrow, and at times joy. But life is all about cherishing each and every moment that is given to you, and making use of each and every opportunity that is presented to you, and paving your own way to success. Behind every successful person, there is a driving force. Sometimes it's a person, sometimes it's a group of people, but at times it is their own vision which gives them success. Having a clear vision shows you what you want to become in your life, and it helps you to know whether you are on the right path. So my life mission and vision is actually to chase my personal dreams, that is to become a public speaker, and professional dreams, that is I want to become a lawyer. So those both are my life mission and vision, that is to chase my professional and personal dreams and achieve them and be the best at whatever I'm doing. And I'm trying my best to achieve those, and I hope I'm on the right path. And I would also like to become an author, write at least one book in my life. That's all.
To join for Dr. TPS Moksha virtual workshop, this video is created by Bhavika Koka, aged 14. All these years, I've learned a lot about values and responsibilities. I have molded my vision and mission according to these values. Basically, my mission is to promote humanity and improve the basic medical needs of the poor. My mission is to become a highly qualified doctor. I would like to be a person who is responsible and determined. I would like to help the poor to get their medical needs, and I would like to promote humanity as much as I can. I would also like to work as a doctor in the army and make my school and the nation proud. I would like to dedicate my leisure time to treat the people in the rural areas. I would like to promote and teach the values and responsibilities and the importance to the new and the upcoming generations. Thank you for this opportunity and have a nice day.
To join the Dr. TPS Moksha virtual workshop, this video is created by Ashi Gupta, aged 14. Today's world of technology has helped us a lot during this pandemic and even in our learning journey. Technology helps us to stay connected between our friends, family, and even have online classes in these difficult times. My desire to explore its vast depth of knowledge began. Now, I wish to be a computer programmer because I find communicating with machines and computers fun and a great experience to have during this pandemic. Hardships are mere indicators of the right path. If I ever face hardships, I will overcome them using my knowledge and skills. The additional skills and knowledge I may gain will be a reputation of mine. I want to make my programming and coding skills stronger and to make full potential use of this lockdown. I soon look forward to joining this session and enhance my knowledge and skills in different aspects of the world. And I hope it is possible. Thank you.
To join for Dr. TPS Moksha Virtual Workshop, this video is created by Rida Taju, age 13. I am a 9th grade student of Scholars Indian School, Ras Al Khaimah, UAE. Life is a blessing and gift of God. It is our duty to make it worthful and beautiful. Life is a journey through which we search the meaning of it. I understand that being alive is a responsibility. As the citizen of this world, I believe that I have certain duties and responsibilities towards the environment and the people. As you know, the world is going through a catastrophic period. As Matthew Arnold says, hath here neither joy nor peace nor certitude, no help to pain. There is great degradation of values and environment. I realize that it's my responsibility to be the part of a solution rather than the problem. I must enhance the values like compassion, empathy, kindness, and tolerance. I need to have a career to accomplish my mission. I want to be a medical professional so that I extend my support to the poor, sick, and wretched. I must develop scientific, creative, collaborative, and creative skills to achieve my goals in life. My dream is to have a lovable and peaceful world. I must work together to fulfill my dreams. Thank you.
To join the Dr. TPS Moksha Virtual Workshop, this video is created by Sainujay. I am a 13-year-old studying in grade 8 of Bright Rider School, Abu Dhabi. My favorite subjects are maths and science, specifically physics. My hobbies are playing video games and writing stories. On the topic of my vision, I would like to become a pilot. I would also like to improve my communication skills and my quick decision-making skills. Thank you.
My name is Adityan P.S. I am living in Chandrapinni, Thrissur. My family consists of my father, mother, and the sister. I am studying in 9th at Chandrapinni Higher Secondary School. My age is 40. I like to become a mechanical engineer because it's very interesting and I know about vehicles The basic subjects which we need to get into mechanical engineer is maths, physics and chemistry. I am weak in physics, but now I am getting a great effort to study physics.
Hi, my name is Atmaja Vallel and I am studying in St. Joseph Anglo-Indian Girls Higher Secondary School in 8th Standard B and I am from Kerala, Calicut, Karaparambat, Karikanglam.
I have hated the words and I have loved them, and I hope I've made them right. The Book Thief, last line. A pleasant morning. I'm Mehra of Creighton, studying in Scholars Indian School, Ras Al Khaimah, and today I'm going to do a book review on the book The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. So, I am a person who's more into fictional kinds of book than non-fiction ones. I am more interested in adventures and fantasies and magic rather than historical and real literature books. But when I came across The Book Thief, it was something different because historical fiction is a cross between non-fiction and fiction, and this book is a historical fiction. And it managed to keep me entertained throughout. So the first fact that kept this book apart from the others, giving it its uniqueness, is the fact that this tale is actually narrated by Death himself. So if Death wants to tell you a story, you gotta listen to it, right? And the second thing is that the story period is set during the World War II, during the period of Nazi Germany, or what you call the rule of Hitler. So the book pretty much sums up how the lives of Germans and Jews were during that time, and what all hardships they had to face even if they weren't a Jew, and what all hardships a Jew had to face. And this book is an emotional one and historical one as well because of these aspects. And the Death has done a pretty much good job in narrating the story, and he has showed us how cruel and evil the Nazi Germany was. Our central character here is Liesel, the book thief. That is our heading. So the book thief, actually she wasn't born a thief. No one is born a thief. So we are taken smoothly to her life. We are shown what all losses she had to face as a child, and then after she becomes a teenager, and how she becomes a book thief. And at some point you may feel that you know what's going to happen next, like you're reading certain para and you're like, okay, I know what's going to happen next. But that doesn't happen, because after you feel that you know what's going to happen, and apart from the sadness for the character, you start feeling frustrated because you can't do anything for that character. You feel so sad that why am I not able to help that character? So this book actually takes us in. We are kind of having an empathy link with Liesel. You feel her sorrow.
Hello everyone, myself Srija, and this is my video about my next presentation that I am going to present, and this is a basic concept that I have learned. According to the topic assigned by Dr. T.P. Sheshkumar sir for me is self-motivation, learning role models, and expecting the self subject as an example. Self motivation isn't as a simple thing, it is something that makes us or drives us to do anything in life. People can be motivated both internal and external. Usually, self motivation is a result of several factors. Most of the children have their role model as parents or teachers because they always, most of the time, they spend their time with parents or teachers. So they are the best friendly people in their life, they are the familiar persons. And even myself, my parents are my role models because they are my pillars of my strength, they are my guide, they are my teacher, they are my life, and they are my belief, faith when I have the situation that I have to fight at the time of obstacles. My parents made me understand what is life, and they made me to find out the little ray of happiness in our life. My father and my mother are the busy persons who always are done up with their works, but they never lose their smile on the face. This is my best motivation which I have to learn from my family because their smile never makes me sad, that if they are happy, even children will be happy. With a great role model, we can get a great life, a great responsibility, a great self motivation. Many of them have their role models as celebrities because they are the well known person to the whole world. But for me, my world are my parents. So I like my parents and they are my role models, and I learn very many things from them. Role models are who makes you happy and teaches you to make other 10 happy. According to this, my parents are the best. So my role models are my parents, and self motivation is always the key for success, which are my parents.
Hello.
Namaste, Rishika.
Namaste.
Evade, you are not seen.
Is it?
How are you?
I'm fine.
Enjoying?
Yes, how are you?
Why are you thinking enjoying? You are not really enjoying.
No.
Why?
I'm bored. I'm bored.
Why you are bored? You have a lot of activities. You are too busy. You are not available on call all the time. No, different things. Drawing, dragging, cooking. You learned cooking?
No.
Why? This is the right time to learn cooking. You must make special items. That's it. Okay?
Yeah.
Next time when I come, you will make lunch for me.
Oh, okay.
Last time there was a grand lunch.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Tell me, what is that you want to do? Your video is marvelous, yeah? That's why I put in the beginning.
Thank you.
And you are the only one who made second video. A second trial to improve what you made in the beginning. That means you love to do things better always.
Yeah.
You want to improve. Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Tell me, what you want to do?
So I wanted to ask, like, if you're supposed to do anything like the presentation on what our hobbies or our goals.
You tell me what you want to do. It's open. Every one of them had discussion with me. They found something different, unique by themselves.
I have many hobbies. I don't know what to choose.
Huh? Tell me what is that you want. Should come from you. Which subject you like most?
Biology.
Then?
History.
Which one you want to do? History or biology? You will make it interesting.
History.
History. Okay.
History.
So you have your, now you are in which grade?
7.
You have your history syllabus with you, 7th class? Textbook is with you?
Yes.
Take it. Your history, geography, civics, you have how many subjects?
3. In social we have 3.
Yeah, inside social you have 3. And in that history, what are the subjects in history? You tell me. History covers.
There's many chapters in that.
Yeah, chapters in that.
I like the second chapter, New Kings and Kingdoms.
No, you will finish all that in 3 days time. That's what we are going to do. You will prepare and you will teach the whole history in 3 days. You think it's not possible?
Can it be possible?
It's simple, and you will show this to your teachers when they reopen the school.
Okay.
It will be good now?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me which are the topics, the first chapter.
First chapter is tracing changes.
You have a
through
pen and
1,000
paper with you?
years.
Always when you discuss, keep a pen and paper with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so first chapter is
Tracing changes through 1,000 years.
1000 years. So this is 2020. So draw a line, number line.
Okay. Yeah.
Draw 2020. That's on the right side, right extreme side 2020. Because history is always behind, no? So from 2020 you are looking 1000 years.
Okay.
Approximate. So 1000 AD, you write 1000 AD there. So you have to trace in that chapter, in that chapter 1000 years they have told.
Yeah.
1000 years in one chapter. Imagine. So you can make a number line, draw each one of them with the number, which year what happened, which year what happened, which year what happened, what are they telling. Look for years there, write down that.
Yeah.
You don't have to study the whole chapter. You are transferring what is there in the chapter to your number line.
Yeah.
And then you have something happened, a war. Immediately above that you write where it happened.
Okay.
Above that you write who started that. Suppose in 1947 you have where? India. What happened? Independence. Who are the people? So you will get some names there.
Okay.
So you have year on the line, you have activity on top of it. On top of it, what is that really, who contributed for that, and etc. etc.
Okay.
That is history. Finished. One chapter is over. So next chapter.
Okay.
Next chapter.
Next is New Kings and Kingdoms.
So new kings and kings. Now today there are no new kings. It's all history only.
Yeah.
So in this number line, some portion they have taken and then expanded.
Okay.
So you are going to write another number line. Look at all the people there, do the same thing.
Yeah.
If it is Mughal, if it is Chalukya, if it is Vijayanagara Samrajya, if it is something else, if it is Travancore, you have an Indian map if it is about India. If it is a world map, look at world map. Take a rough map. You don't have to be very precise. Rough map. Mark it where it happened. So you are learning geography parallelly. And the number line you mark where, what, when happened. Suppose in India when you are reading, maybe you are learning somebody traveled from this place to the other place. Immediately on the map draw a arrow mark and then draw which year they traveled.
Okay.
Magellan traveled from this place to that place. Draw a line and then show this is how he traveled. Through water. So it should be only in the sea. Don't cross the land. Okay. Like that you draw. So second chapter you are learning about the different kings. Third chapter.
Delhi Sultans.
See, I told you, when you talk about, I don't have textbook, I am predicting what is going to be in the next chapter, right?
Yes.
So Delhi Sultan must have definitely jumped from there and went to Aurangabad.
Yeah.
There is a Daulatabad. Daulat means money. He was hunting for money. So he went to Daulatabad.
Okay.
So all that travel, and in between he called all the old people, young people back. Only boys should come, girls should go. We will find girls in our new place. All that history will come. It's beautiful. Okay, then next. Mughal.
Next. Mughal.
There are beautiful movies on Delhi Sultan, Mughal. Just type Hindi movie, Delhi Sultan. You will see list of movies. Just list them there. See them later.
Okay.
Because that movies will tell you about Afghanistan. That will tell you how Delhi, they wanted to cross the river. They couldn't cross. So they thought that this is the path I have to take. So there are people who moved from Pune. I know the map. If you know the map, it will be interesting. So from Pune, they went to Delhi and they have a river to cross. They thought that the other enemy cannot cross this river during this time. So they went to Madura. From there they took a turn and then they started seeing the people are behind that and they planned that war. I am not telling the movie name, but all the movies I have seen. It's beautiful to learn history from movies. So list those movies. Tell them there is a beautiful, like the way I am telling you, you must present to others.
Okay.
There is a beautiful movie. I am not going to tell you the name. You hunt, don't tell that. You tell the movie name also.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Next.
Yeah.
So Delhi is over. Mughal is over. Then.
Delhi, Mughal, then New Kings and Kingdoms, then the 1,000 Years.
Finished. Only 4 chapters.
No, there is more.
Yeah. Then next one. 7 chapters.
The next one is Rulers and Buildings.
Yeah. So you have all the list of rulers and give the again number line. Our base is always number line. So I am turning history into mathematics. And it's all AD. Not BC. You know what is BC, right? Now you have 1000 to 2000. If you go further backward, it will become 0. That 0 is Christ.
Yeah.
So from Christ, what happened? Before Christ, what happened? Before Christ is called BC. And after Christ is called AD, Anno Domini. They use some other language. You check which language this AD came.
Okay.
But I don't tell this like this. You know what do I say? I am a BC man, you are a AD girl. Because I am old, right?
Yeah.
And therefore I will call myself as a BC man. And what is BC for me, you know? Before computers. I took birth before computers.
Okay.
And you, after digital. After digital, AD.
Okay.
So easy to remember, AD and BC.
Yeah.
Now.
Then the next one is tombs, traders and craft persons.
So there are a lot of people who came from different places, business, money, trade, commerce. Write down which year who came from which country. Dutch came, then Jewish people came, then Britishers came, then people from Muslims came, invaders came, then they became invaders. They came to Calcutta, they came to Bombay because these are the big ports. Ship only will come because there was no aircraft. Aircraft was invented in 1926. 1903, Wrong Brothers. And then it took another 23 years for aircraft to fly. So before that, these are all 1800, 1700, 1600. close to our place, Calicut, somebody came. Who came to Calicut? You will know from the history. You must know who came. Write down, otherwise you will forget. Who came to Calicut? From which country? He is the first man to land in that coast. The western, good girl. The western coast, Vasco da Gama came. If you go to that seashore, there is a small stone kept there. This is where Vasco da Gama put his leg first. Who knows? Okay. Good. Then?
Then it is devotional paths to divine.
Huh?
Devotional paths to the divine.
To the divine?
Yeah.
Part of history.
Yeah.
What is the subheading there, you tell me?
The idea of supreme God.
Okay. So when people started coming, there are people who started the business and they wanted to have people who are close. Your people, my people, their people, don't do business with them, do business with me. So they started dividing.
Okay.
So they are all for the people who came with Christianity from some place, Muslim from some place. India was traditionally Hindus. Hindu got split up into different people. Now Dalai Lama, he was there in China, Tibet. Chinese people has pushed him out. So he came to our place. And he is in India. His ashram is in India. Jain people, they were in Pakistan-India border. They came to Gujarat. So many stories. It will be interesting. Again, geography. Keep your map beside. Search. When somebody talks about a place, immediately you must Google search. Take a screen print and then keep it. Make a PowerPoint if you want.
Yes.
Yeah. And are you good in Excel? Okay. There is a software called Excel. You can do that software. So all that instead of drawing, you can draw on paper, but later you transfer onto Excel so that it will keep with you in digital form always.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the next one is making of regional cultures.
Yeah. So each you have got culture across the land. We have Theyyam only in Malabar.
Okay.
You go to Thiruvananthapuram, no Theyyam. You go to Karnataka, there is no Theyyam. But there is something else, Yakshagana.
Okay.
Some other place it will be something else. If you go to Gujarat, they have some other dance. So if you look at India, there is different dance. Kuchipudi in one place, Bharatanatyam in another place, Bihu in another place. You must know which are all the different art forms, cultures. These are all history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the last one is 18th century political formation.
So, when a lot of problems, lot of people, lot of faith, so many things came, we were under the rule of Britishers. 1880, that is the time they came. Last 18th century means 1900 started. 1850 to 1950.
Okay.
So, in the line 1850 to 1950. That you expand somewhere in another line, 1850 to 1950. What happened there?
Okay.
Mahatma Gandhi came back from Africa, Gopalakshmi Gokhale, Tagore, Vivekananda, and they all started together. Nehru came, Aurobindo came, so many names will come. All of them will start thinking about how to get freedom back.
Yeah.
That activity, political movement. Then how religious people came, there were a lot of things happening. Like they wanted to clean the barrel of the gun, which the pig oil is to be used, so Muslims will not touch. So therefore Muslims started doing strike against them. You look at Mahatma Gandhi picture. The movie's name is Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah.
There is a movie called Ambedkar. You look at documentary of 1947.
Okay.
Independence movement in India. So you will get a lot of documentary, small movies. Whenever you see a movie, write the name, look at the YouTube link and then copy and keep it so that you will remember.
Okay.
All that has to be a digital file with you.
Yeah.
So that file, either it can be a PowerPoint, it can be a Word file, or it can be an Excel, whichever you want. Keep it there so that what you are spending now, what you are learning will become so beautiful. The whole life it will help you.
Okay.
So now there is no time to get bored. The bore become burden. No, is it become burden or enjoyment?
Enjoyment.
Good girl. Love you so much. Finished? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
History is over. 7 chapters or 8 chapters?
10 chapters.
Finished 10 chapters in 10-15 minutes. So you are going to teach this to your class. And when you make this chart, the drawing line, all that writing, Indian map, what happened where with a year. Now the Indian map will have lot of year. Delhi, in this year, these people came. These people came. These people came. And these are all different chart. Look at it. It will become so beautiful. Your whole history will become drawing. You love drawing, right?
Yeah.
So you have history, geography, everything in drawing. Chapter wise drawing. These chapters become beautiful, nice posters, and then keep different drawing book. Chapter number 1, one drawing. Chapter number 2, another drawing.
Okay.
Looks beautiful. You will know different costumes of different kings. Humayun had a different topi, and Babar had a different topi. So each one will have a different feather. That feather will tell you what sort of which king is that. That's how we identified. We don't remember the face. And who made there is somebody who made a great place for his wife's memory.
Yeah.
Which is that?
Shah Jahan.
Yeah. So Shah Jahan was so beautiful, no? Handsome fellow. All that you will learn. Is it going to be interesting?
Yes.
That's it. Is it good enough?
Yeah.
You are going to make it like a story. Don't have to make it on 13, 14, 15, whichever day you want, because there are a lot of people to do. But if you are ready, you tell I want to do it. On that day only we'll do it.
Okay.
But learn as then next assignment will come. And you are going to teach all others who are going to write IAS. I will tell you when Mughals came, where, when, which year. Everything should be in memory.
Okay.
You are going to be teachers for IAS people then. Okay? Good enough? Anything more?
No.
Look at all the videos and then
Yeah.
tell bye-bye to everybody.
Okay.
Greetings
Bye.
to everyone. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you.
God bless you.